How could you do that, Andrew? How could you do it? The way the Browns handled Shedeur Sanders is exactly why he looked like what he looked like yesterday. April. And that's what he looked like on November 15th. Bull offense. That is a fireable offense. I want to know how much longer the owner's going to watch this crap. Because the fans have had it. We deserve better.
The Cleveland Browns just pulled off the impossible. They managed to screw up developing a rookie QB even worse than usual. And Tony Rizzo, he's absolutely losing it. After Shedeur Sanders got thrown to the Wolves against Baltimore, Rizzo's coming after Kevin Stefanski with both barrels blazing. Subscribe if you're riding with Shedeur. Hit that like button if you want to see this kid actually get a real shot. Here's what went down. November 17th, 2025. Browns getting smoked by the Ravens. Dillon Gabriel takes a nasty hit, concussion protocol, and boom, Shedeur Sanders, the fifth rounder who's been riding pine all season, gets tossed into the fire against one of the nastiest defenses in the league. The damage? 4 for 16, 47 yards, 1 pick, 2 sacks. A straight-up disaster. But hold up. While everyone's piling on Shedeur, saying, "Told you he wasn't ready," Tony Rizzo went off in the complete opposite direction. And real talk, he might be the only one in Cleveland actually making sense right now.
The way the Browns handled Shedeur Sanders is exactly why he looked like what he looked like yesterday.
Get this. Shedeur has been with the team since April. 7 months. And you know when he first threw a ball to Jerry Jeudy, supposedly his WR1 was? During the actual game. In the middle of the game.
Yeah, Shedeur holds on to the ball too long. Well, guess what? That's what he does poorly. He also throws the ball better than Gabriel. He was also a catch away from tying that game for as bad as he looked.
Seriously, how does that even happen? Your backup QB is one play away from seeing action, and he's never once connected with your top receiver? That's not just bad planning. That's straight negligence.
You got to coach him not to take the sacks. You got to coach him to be able to throw the ball away. The problem is, kid didn't get any reps. He admitted the first time he threw a ball to Jerry Jeudy was yesterday at the stadium.
Stefanski admitted after the game that Shedeur wasn't getting first-team reps because they were focused on Gabriel. 7 months in the building, 0 meaningful practice time with the actual starters. Let that sink in. Here's the wild part. Dillon Gabriel was getting first-team reps even when Joe Flacco was starting earlier this year. So one developmental QB gets the royal treatment, but Shedeur, he got hungry dog reps, leftover scraps after practice, scout team garbage time.
Name a young quarterback Stefanski has developed. I'll wait for your answer.
You will be waiting a long time.
Yeah, there is none. They're not good at that.
And here's the truth Browns fans don't want to hear. Stefanski has never developed a young quarterback, ever. He's a veteran whisperer, sure, but Baker Mayfield got worse under him. Every young arm in Cleveland has either crashed and burned or gone nowhere. What happened on the field Sunday? Shedeur took ugly sacks, held the ball forever, footwork was a mess, looked completely lost. But whose job is it to fix that stuff? Who's supposed to prepare a QB for NFL speed? If everyone knew Shedeur held the ball too long coming out of Colorado, why didn't they spend 7 months coaching it out of him?
What I think happened yesterday is, I think 2 things. Number one, Shedeur showed everybody he's got a long way to go. A lot of work. He's not going to get the work here in Cleveland. And number 2, this coaching staff, give him goodbye. Goodbye.
That's the bomb Rizzo's dropping. He's not just mad about one player, he's calling out the entire coaching philosophy. The Browns won the turnover battle 3-1. Myles Garrett had 4 sacks, absolutely eating for his second DPOY run. Defense got a pick 6. They dominated. And the Browns still lost 23-16 because the offense couldn't score when it mattered. The offense completely stalled with Shedeur in there. But here's what everyone's missing. The kid showed flashes. That final drive where he almost tied it up, that was against one of the best defenses in football in the biggest pressure moment of his life with 0 prep. The throw to Gage Larvadain in the end zone was inches from being complete before Chidobe Awuzie broke it up. And Shedeur's response after the game?
You can see that version of Joe in his starts here. I mean,
choke out the game. He didn't know half the Bengals playbook. Maybe threw for over 350 and a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, respectfully, I understand the question, Daryl, but I really have to keep the focus on our team.
Okay, so that was Kevin Stefanski's response yesterday after he was being constantly hounded by reporters after Joe Flacco's huge game on Thursday Night Football.
The kid owned it, said he wasn't good enough, but he also exposed how badly the organization failed him. First ball to Jerry Jeudy all year, in November. Think about that. Kurt Warner even chimed in about backup reps during the broadcast. But here's the thing, he was talking about veteran backups who know the league, not two rookie QBs who both need reps. When you've got that situation, you've got to be smarter, more creative. You can't just ghost one of them.
Is as much to blame, and Tony brought this up too, for trading Flacco. Once you trade Flacco, you screw yourself because you didn't give this kid any reps. Not ready to go in.
That's where the Browns completely blew it. They traded Flacco to Indy, bumped Shedeur up to QB2 on paper, but never actually treated him like the backup in practice. Just changed his name on the depth chart and called it good. Now you've got a 2-8 team with both rookie QBs looking unprepared, coaches on the hot seat, and fans watching another Browns train wreck in real time. The Ravens' defense absolutely feasted. Kyle Hamilton sacked Shedeur on his first drive and hit him with the watch celebration. Baptism by fire doesn't even cover it. And the worst part, this was 100% avoidable.
I thought the kid could play. How much of it's on the kid and how much of it's on the Browns? That's the question today.
I think the fact that they admitted that he hadn't gotten one single first-team rep, that's more on the organization.
Look at the other rookies this year. Caleb Williams struggled early, but now he's winning games in Chicago. Cam Ward had his breakout after getting every rep in camp in 10 weeks of regular season action. Jackson Dart got all the reps at Ole Miss before going pro. They all got the time they needed. Shedeur got thrown into the deep end against Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton with zero chemistry with his receivers in the absolute worst possible situation for a first start. The question isn't whether Shedeur struggled. He absolutely did. The question is whether he ever had a chance given how badly the Browns botched his development. And Rizzo's answer is loud and clear. This is 100% on Stefanski and his staff.
April. And that's what he looked like on November 15th. Holy cow.
You could hear the frustration pouring out of him because this isn't just about one game. It's about a pattern that keeps repeating itself in Cleveland. Bad QB development, organizational chaos, the same story, different year.
April. And that's what he looked like on November 15th. Holy cow.
And that's the killer. The game was too fast for him because nobody prepared him for it. Nobody gave him reps to process NFL speed. Nobody put him in practice situations where he could learn to handle pressure, read defenses with real NFL talent, and build timing with his receivers.
Get Caleb Williams last year. He was horrible. Now all of a sudden he's in first place.
Yeah.
The Browns expected Shedeur to do in one quarter what other rookies get a whole season to figure out. And when he couldn't pull off the miracle, the haters came out swinging. Social media went nuclear. The kid got buried before he even had a fighting chance.
I don't think, number one, I'd be surprised if this owner keeps this coach. I'd be really surprised. So is the new coach going to come in and commit to Shedeur Sanders? No, that's not going to happen.
And there's the death blow. When a new coach rolls in next year, and someone will after this 2-8 dumpster fire, they're bringing their own guy. They'll draft a QB high in April, and Shedeur will be forgotten. That's the 2025 Browns season in a nutshell. Elite defense doing everything to win while the offense repeatedly fails to cash in. Myles Garrett is playing at a DPOY level. Defense is forcing turnovers, making plays, dominating, and none of it matters because the offense is a broken zone. Browns face the Raiders next week in Vegas. If Gabriel clears protocol, he starts. If not, Shedeur gets another shot. But either way, the damage is done. The narrative's set, and the coaching staff has proven they can't develop young QBs. Two rookies, one completely unprepared, one going backwards, a defensive masterclass wasted, a franchise pass rusher in his prime with nothing to show for it. And fans left wondering what could have been if this organization actually knew how to develop talent. That's the Cleveland Browns in 2025. Same old story, different QB casualty. So what's next? Stefanski's seat is hot as molten berry. The front office is getting roasted from every direction. And we've seen this movie before. Different year, different QB, same tragic ending. You got to feel for Browns fans. They watched Baker walk and ball out in Tampa. They endured the Deshaun Watson disaster. And now they're watching two young QBs get destroyed in real time. The sad reality? Shedeur might never recover from this. First impressions matter in the NFL. When you look that lost on national television, people remember. And when the new regime comes in, they're not betting their careers on a fifth-round pick who got eaten alive. Meanwhile, Myles Garrett is wasting another year of his prime, one of the most dominant defenders in football, putting up DPOY numbers, and it means nothing because the offense is a disaster zone. How long before he wants out like every other star trapped in Cleveland's endless rebuild? The Browns didn't just fail Shedeur on Sunday. They failed him every day for 7 months. They failed Myles Garrett and that defense by wasting another incredible performance. And they failed the fans who keep showing up and getting their hearts broken. That's the real story. Not that a fifth-round rookie struggled in an impossible situation, but that an NFL organization in 2025 still doesn't understand the basics of quarterback development. And Rizzo, he's making damn sure everyone knows whose fault it really is. Because if Browns fans don't demand accountability now, this disaster is just going to keep repeating itself. The cycle has to stop somewhere. The question is whether anyone in that building has the courage to actually break it.